Alright, we're going to go through my Town Star game so far. And hopefully this works. This is a trial period, a test period, and we have about 5 days left to complete this, I believe, 29-day creation. So after a lot of challenges and problems and learning, creating, I realized that I was going through different hurdles. So what you're seeing here is pretty much the final result of days and days of study and learning from the people that do this all the time. This is my first time doing this ever, playing with Townstar, getting into Townstar, one of the Gala games, which is a metaverse in its own creations, and NFTs and MetaMasks, wallets, crypto wallets, all of these things that are coming to the future, coming to the present. So right now, this is set up to grow sugarcane, which sugar is used to build my cakes, make my cakes. Cakes are about 1.5 million, 1.3 million, give or take. I forget the actual numbers. But we're recording this. My computer is not the fastest when it's doing multiple things. The graphics card is not the best. However, it is what it is. And I have 1 hour. Over here, what it says by this little lady. It says 1 hour 56 minutes before the new day begins, and I can collect Towncoin NFT crypto for deliveries and things. And yesterday was pretty much my last day where I created this, what you're seeing in front of you. It's pretty much in a forest, a little terrain area, and the water is all created. Over here we'll go slow because my mouse does want to keep up sometimes. But this is all lake and stream that was created. Lake and stream going up, and maybe you have a better idea, maybe better layout. But I've been going back and forth the last 24 to 48 hours on trying to get the silos filled up just right so that the sugar, the wheat, and the salt, the brine, all go into the silo and don't take too much space up in the silo until they go into these windmills, right? So you got the tractors, the farmers. When we first start this game, it's very, very slow, right? It takes people a long time to create this. You have little workers that go in, walk around the fields until you get enough money, equity to buy the tractors, to build the tractors, and get them to plow the field. They're a little bit faster, a lot faster. It's like a 2 to 1, 3 to 1 ratio on speed and time to get to the silos. And I had about 7 silos at one point. And this whole row yesterday was windmills, and I took them out. They were all salt windmills. And I moved all the salt windmills up here. There's 4 salt windmills, and then there's a couple more up here. This is flour and one salt. And this is all sugar, 1 flour. This is sugar and I believe 1 salt coming out. These are my stores, and I have 6 stores right now. So some of them are empty. One of them is kind of empty. They're in limbo. They're being filled up. What I created this morning, here's my cows and 1 chicken. Chickens grow a lot of eggs, so I've been selling, and I'll sell one right now while I'm recording this. I have wool that I just started making, and holy cow, does that make fast. So it takes me 36 seconds, 35, 37 to, because I'm so close to the town, to make a delivery. And all it's doing is keeping my store inventory down. So all my roads are paved. That creates a little bit faster time for these people to get from point A to point B to point C back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. At first, it's all grass, and they're really slow on the grass, on the regular terrain, going back and forth. It's almost like moving like the tractors are. And then you build up the sand roads. Then you get enough money to build up the paved roads, but it takes time because the paved roads will take out, if you put a paved road right here, this will take out this building right here, and then it won't be in use for a little bit until that paved road gets built up. And it costs a little bit more to do it. It's easier just to do it all at once rather than go from dirt to paved. It's cheaper, more economical. So here's my tree guys, my loggers. These are the big loggers that I have. I have 3, 6, 9 of them, and that I had 8. I woke up this morning and they looked like they were pretty much empty on inventory. They weren't keeping up too well. So 9 is good for this. 9 is pretty much perfect for this. It takes about 11 seconds, 18 seconds, I believe, is the fastest one. And then one of these takes about 39 seconds, that one, which is all right with me. It's okay. Here's my industrial area, and they're not too busy anymore because right now I'm pretty much self-sufficient. So I'm making one of my last things. Like I said, I just made a sheep pen, and holy cow, those things sell really, really good prices, and they make really fast as long as you have the right water. So they take a lot of water. 5 water. 3 to 9 feed. So my cows, chickens are all getting fed, and all these people are going back and forth taking the wheat out, and I have enough wheat to last, so in case there's a lull. And I just got 10 cakes, so 10 cakes I can sell for 1.78 million, right? And it takes 30 seconds. So it takes me about, I've got it down to where it takes about 4 hours, 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 at the top, to make 10 cakes for a delivery. I was going off money, so that can get you out of the rat race really fast, right? In real estate, we talk about the rat race. So pretty much I can go, if it's at 4 million, I can go 12 hours without checking this. That's how self-sufficient this property is. It's so self-sufficient, I can go 12 hours without coming back and checking on it. It's automatic. I leave it going now. When I first started, when you first set it up, it takes days and days, hours, some hours to set this up where you don't have to check it anymore. But 5 million, I could go 13 hours and not come back and not have to worry about my store being over full. Maybe my store inventory being too full with the wool, especially the wool now, because they're making a lot really fast. But before this morning, I was able to do some exercise, do some things, and just let it go without even checking on it. And now with the wool, it might be a little bit different. So I have a few more spots. Here's a spot where I don't need any more, I don't need to make anything more. So I can get rid of my lumber mill guy. I can get rid of my water. Once I have enough of those, I have 5. So I need to stop that. Stop. All I need is 5. And 3 water. I need to stop the water. Stop the water. So I don't need any more water. I might be able to get rid of this, the water facility, finally. Because all I have is 1, 2, 3 spaces pretty much to utilize. I can get rid of some of these oil pumps possibly in the future. The oil pumps, what they're doing is creating the crude oil. The crude oil will go into the power plant where it takes 2 crude oil and 1 water drum. That's why I have the waters over here. Water pumps. To 1 water pump apparently is all it needs to be sufficient, and then all it needs is 2 crude oils. So over here, the refinery, I could probably get rid of one of these refineries too in the end if I wanted to, but there's only 5 days left. So One of them I had making gasoline, which it takes 2 water drums. That's why I have 2 water pumps over here. And this one making petroleum, which only takes 1 water pump. So this one can do multi-purpose. And it's faster making kind of this than it is the gasoline. So it takes 6 energy for the gasoline. He's got 3, and then he takes 3 more. He's kind of full. He's just waiting on petroleum. I can start him back up now, but I was waiting for this to get started so that I could create a fabric and test out the fabric. So I can get rid of this wind pump and put it back in. I had it in, and then I realized, oh, is this in the wrong spot? It might be in the wrong spot. Let's see if I can do it. Fabric, yeah, it's got to be a paved road, so I'm gonna have to go back to my form and find a paved road. So if I don't need the water facility anymore, I can remove that too, right? And then I can create this, because I've already made everything that I need for it. And that's why I'm destroying it, because I don't need it. And I want to test out, the reason I'm doing this, I want to test out the wool. So the wool is getting me, there's 17 made, and it's literally getting me 48,000. So if I sell some wool, click on the wool, 45,500, and that's for 10 of them. So you sell 10 of them, you get 45,000. Right now I'm ranked 712, and I've been stuck at 711, 700, 712. Apparently there's a lot to go into this. I was ranked 4,000, 8,000. Once you get to 4,000, it gets slower and slower, and then 700 seems like a stop. So I was going off of a different theory that if I was able to sell cakes, I'd level up more, which doesn't make sense why you don't make more than 1,000. You only make 1,000 stars for every 10 cakes. You should make more because the requirements for it, you need more labor. It's more labor intense, and it doesn't really, it's hard to find out how many stars you get per product, so you have to trial and error. So he's going to make that 5 energy, 5 wood, and then 5 lumber, which I already had pre-made, right? So once that's made up, I'm going to see how much it is for wool, if she can make wool, clothing and things. Like I said, I was all done, and then I created this sheep pen just to test it out, just to see, and realize I could sell so much. So I'm not going to sell any until that's built, and I find out like how long that takes. So I got the ATVs. These are all my ATVs. They're all out. The ATVs out on the farm, growing. Most of the people that do this for a living already know how this game works. But for people like me that just started this 29 days ago, less than 29 days ago, I would recommend doing a couple pilot test programs, not spending any money, actual money, and just trying it out. And then study some of the people, YouTube, and YouTube's a great source of information. People share back and forth on how to set up and how to get going, get started. Because the first thing we do is we run out of gasoline, run out of fuel. You only get about 40 fuel, and you sell things, and it takes a lot longer to sell things, and then it requires a lot because you pay all your workers. Right now, my workers I'm paying them $5,960. I saw one lady, she was paying them $8,000. Her whole town was set up, and that's kind of what I went off of, was her setup. And then I had to set it up specifically for mine because my terrain is a little bit different. My setup is a little bit different, and my desires and my wants are a little bit different than what hers was. But she was ranked pretty high up there in the ranking system. Like I said, tested out a couple times. That's what I did. You run out of fuel. Right now I'm on the server 3. It's in Hopetown. You can look at it. Hook down 712, so 3,375,000, and that's what a lot of people do. So 375. I've been going back and forth. I was stuck up here. These people have fallen back a little bit. Noon, Moon, those people I've been going back and forth with. So the rankings, if I'm looking at the rankings, a lot of people are making grapes. So next time I'm going to do grapes. But what they're doing is every like 6 minutes you have to sell something. So the more you sell, the more you make. If I was to sell just regular things like sugar, I believe that's only about 100, 200 stars, right? This is about 150, 100 maybe stars. So I can sell it again. And that's all I'm doing is selling those. I don't need the money anymore. Like I said, $5 million, I can go 12 hours without checking this. And my cakes will be made, not with the wool anymore. I could probably go a couple hours without worrying about it because they're all self-sufficient. And that's what a manager in my world, that's what a leader in my world kind of looks for is I don't have to sit there for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, every 6 minutes and click and click and click. I can let the show run. I can let the town run. Some people have leagues. Some people have players, teams, and different multiple systems going at one time. And they have friends and they're working together synergistically. And what I've learned is those people are in the top 10, the top 20. So in order to get those levels, I would have to create a league or get with a league. And that's what somebody posted on one of his postings, is that it's really competitive and these people really have a niche. So unless I'm in like Flynn, those people, I don't really have a chance of getting those top spots, which is fine with me. I was shooting for 300, the top 300, and I realized that I may not make it, but that's okay because I'm at the top 700 and I didn't understand the point system until now. You know, if I just sold sugars, I believe if I sold the butter gives me 1,000. So if I just made the butter and bypassed the cakes, I would get more, right? So I get the same. I get the same amount of stars. But you know, I was watching the videos and they said make cakes to make $1 million. It's pretty much one of the highest grossing products you can make on this. So that puts me out the rat race, and I don't have to worry about checking this every 5 to 6 minutes. You know, so it works for me, and I make every day. I make cryptocurrency. You know, they're town coins. So I made 11 town coin yesterday. All I have to do is sell 1,000, and then I make town coin, which last I looked, it goes for about 50, 60 cents. So in the US dollar, so that works for me. It does cost quite a bit right now. Hopefully the gas fees and this whole process of NFTs finds a niche because, oh, here we go. There we go. So we got the fabric. Let's go see if I can turn that to the front. So let's see what she can make. She can make cotton yarn, wool yarn. So 5 wool, 1 lumber, and 1 energy. Uniforms, cotton, 3 cotton, 1 wool, and 3 yarn. I don't know which one I should make. I heard a lot of people posting to make uniforms. So it takes 3 cotton, which I have wool. I don't have cotton. I have 5 wool. How do I make cotton? I'll have to figure out how to make it. So 1 wool, I need cotton. So apparently I'm going to have to make cotton. So right now all I have is wool. So we're just going to try wool. And like you said, you need 10 of these. She's got 20 wool to work with. So she can make a whole bunch. And this will be self-sufficient again. See the lumber. The lumber is what's going to get me. The lumber is what's going to get me. Yep. So I'm going to have to possibly possibly put this back in there, which is no big deal. I don't have to worry about money, just time. Where's my wind pump? 25,000, 3 wood, and then what I'm going to do is just delete one of these oil refiners or oil pumps, and then put the water back in there. Shoots. So it is what it is. It's a learning thing. I figure I got 5 days left. Why not experiment on this? Because their instruction manuals for this, it's really, I haven't found anything besides people on YouTube and sharing information here and there. But as far as prices, costs for everything, there's not really a book on like how many stars you get per transaction and how much money you make, unless you start making it and creating it. So it's really confusing. How do you make gasoline? How do you get fuel? Like the whole process is really confusing. So not much information is out there. There's enough to get started from a lot of experts and get you going, get us going. So that's how I started. I started with sugar, making some trips, and they say once you get down to 20 gas, about 20 gas, then you might want to start looking into making your own gasoline. So you got to get your windmill started. Look at the sugarcane one. So it takes about 3 minutes. So you get your windmill started, get your sugar. That's what I started with, the sugar. Of course, they give you the wheat, but you don't really need the wheat unless you build a farm. The farm's actually a good way to start. Like if you can get wool and start making clothes, and it takes that little bit of time for the sheep, or the goat. Yeah, it's sheep. It's a sheep, huh? I think there's. And the cows. This is the last stage that I did. So I set all this up. I drew this all out. It was all chaotic about 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and then I envisioned what I wanted, and then I set it up how I wanted. So once that's built, I'll just figure out which one of these I want to destroy. Probably that one because it's almost done, and it's closer to her because she's going to need it. So this is where it was before. I've destroyed this now 3 times, put it back 3 times in this location. It was over here originally before the water was put in, and it worked really well right there. It takes about 14 seconds to fill up, so that's fine. And it's amazing how cool. Like, I don't have to worry about the wood because they have plenty of wood. Look at all that wood. That's full, that's full, that's what I want. So, oh shoot, she's got cotton. She doesn't, no, wool. Why is, what the heck? Oh, did she already make one? She made one, didn't she? Wow. Did she make? It gets confusing after a while. Like she's doing really good by herself. I need one lumber. So oh yeah, there must have been 1 lumber left over. What the heck? There is. Huh. All right, let's see if we can sell something. I want to see what she's making. There it is. 242,000. So I need 10 of those made up. Okay. Like I said, I don't need the revenue. She's making that so she can make the cotton, and then she can make the uniforms after that, it looks like. So she's got the wool, she made the cotton, and now she can make, eventually she can make, wow. I don't know. She's making the wool. To make the wool. Anywho, we'll figure that out. So I just wanted to get this out, post this, and show people like this is a complex strategy and a very complex thing, and it's fully functioning. We could probably pick it up I don't think I could find anything to worry about with this. The cows are doing what they're supposed to. Right now, I got 2 buttermills, bakeries making butter. Because when I was doing this, butter was the slow thing. It was taking a long time to make the butter for the cakes. So it's a lot of trial and error. So I had to improve the butter, the amount of butter. Now you can see I have 13 butter, right? And butter goes for quite a bit. So if you want monies, revenue, 162 or 45,000. I mean, that's better than sugarcane. I was selling sugarcane at 38. 38. So I got plenty of butter. So I only have one of these cakeries making the batter, because what I'm waiting on now is the flour, because the flour is behind. So it doesn't matter if I add more wheat fields or not. I would have to add more of these, and that would take away from the salt and the sugar. So it's a give and take. It's a give and take. What do I want more? What do I need more of? I got 13, 14 flour. So if I added one more, that would mean that they would take more wood and put more pressure on my lumberjacks to get more wood, which isn't much, but that might be the one thing. If I could find a spot for the flour, right? It's going pretty quick though. So 10 sugar. I always want to make sure I have plenty of sugar. That's why I have more sugar than I do have flour and salt. And at one time I was waiting for the salt because the salt took so long. It takes here about 2-3 minutes to harvest, and then it takes them time to go get it. So that's why I have so many salt fields. Oh, I was going to build something there, wasn't I? The water tower. But, all right. Oil pump. Let's build the water tower. I say my computer sometimes. Water tower. Where is it? Do 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 do. Water tower. There it is. Water facilities 10,000. Takes 1 wood. Quick, easy. Very quick and easy. So that's going to give me the water. He's going to go get the water, put the drums in there for him to make the lumber at the lumber mill so that she can make her wool. Is it worth it? Does it need to be made? I don't know. The only thing that I can say is that the only reason that it would be beneficial for me is I don't have to sit here every 5 minutes, 6 minutes to sell the sheep wool, so that she can make it, cut it down so it doesn't take up so much space here in the stores, and I have more time, leisure time. Because what managers want to do is they want to have more leisure time. They don't want to invest every waking minute in this, right? Some people do. They want to spend, my time is more important than just sitting in front of a computer screen all day. So the water tower is there. Can craft, make some water, automatic, 3 water, which he's going to get from there, and he's going to take all the way back to here. And after 3 times, he's going to get a water drum that goes to here. What the heck? That's where the wool goes. She can put it there? Uh-oh, I don't know if I like that. So that means if she puts the wool there, it takes up space, because I can only have 20 in the warehouse. And at this rate, gosh, he's going to craft some lumber. See how one little thing affects everything. I was assuming that the wool was going to go in the store. But apparently the only thing, the wool goes in the store, but not the wool yarn, which is interesting. Why that goes in a warehouse. Why the wool goes there. Because it should be foods. So I could erase this one and create another store, or, you know. Oh, they're making bakery, making more butter. So I got 12 butter. I can sell some butter. I don't like to sell it until I get about 15, just in case the bagger needs it, you know, just to give that cushion. So 3 eggs. I have 11 eggs. I sold some. Sugar, 17. I usually sell about 20, just because if she, the cake maker, needs 10 sugars, just like that, and then the butters, they need 1 each. So I don't like to sell them until I get about 20. I already have 1 cake. I just did a cake sale. I already have 1 cake. So if you're looking for money, that's an easy way to do it. Set it up. And this is the most proficient way that I could figure out and use the max amount of space. And this morning I added 1 water here. I got 2 more trees. Before it was an island of trees. And now I got 1 water spot. I'm at 31 minutes. So that's about the time for this. And again, if you getting into this, looking to get into this, the first one is free this season. The first season, season 1 of this is free. And apparently you're going to be required to have an NFT or something for the next season, season 2, which I already have, which won't be a problem. However, learning what I've learned, I might try to go, because I don't know, I've heard that you might make more in Gala or crypto NFTs. You might make more if you place higher within the top 300. That's why I was going for the top 300. They might give you a little bit of incentive, a little bit prize reward. I'm not sure. However, it's neat when you don't have to worry about anything and you just let it run, let it go. And it just kind of does what it does. So 10 wool, I can sell it. Once it gets to 10, I can sell it. The problem though is that this I will have to figure out. So I could just sell that stuff, create another storage, which I might do, because I don't really need the energy anymore, or the fuel. The amount of time it's going to take me to make the fuel, I have 21, and I don't have to make a lot of deliveries. 12 hours before I have to make a 1, I can make enough fuel. I can top my fuel back up in that time. So the question is, do we make another warehouse? So this is 33 minutes, and I've made 2 deliveries, and I haven't had to even sit here. I didn't even have to make them, because my stores, I'll show you the stores. If I can see my mouse. Alright, like I said, this graphics card is slow. So I got a couple of things in there. I got a half full, almost half. That's full. So 60-70% max capacity. So I could sell some things and then take off, come back, go run some errands. And that's what I want to do. Keep this running, go make some errands, run some errands. And it's always running, always running. And I don't have to work on it, you know, like I did the first few days. And just to try to get the 1,000 points to collect my daily quota of cryptocurrency. Now I just sell a few things, I'm already done. And for some reason, sometimes it doesn't score, it doesn't take into account what you sell. So I sold 10 cakes, I didn't get anything. There's a lot of glitches in this. if we look real at it, if we close it down and start it back up, the numbers will be different on the side, and they'll start over. They'll come out like nothing's happened, and I don't think there's the harvest. It didn't grow or anything during that time. It just starts over, but the numbers are different, and some things are different. So I don't know if it saves 3 minutes before, if it's an autosave. Auto saves maybe a minute or two beforehand. You shut it off. Sometimes it's auto saves up to the second. Other times, I can have four waters, and all of a sudden I can have none, right? So I can stop him because he's making too much water. He's too fast. And that's the thing too. I can slow her down. I can stop her and create. That's what I've been doing, creating all that stuff. Stopping them when it's necessary. So he's going all the way back with his battery because it takes him 2 batteries, 1 water drum, which he's got the water drum now, right? That's what this guy just made, the water facility, to make his lumber that she's going to need. So she needs 1 more wool, and she's going to create another piece for here. 3 wool yarn. I cannot believe that they stored in there. It's a saleable item. It should go in here. This is fuel. This is other things. This is not the place for wool. You got liquid. You got energy. You got oil drums. I guess this is kind of like a warehouse of just stuff. Bulk items. Hazardous materials. Where does wool fall into that category? Water doesn't mix. So what do? We create something else. Anyways, this is my farm. This is my Townstar farm, and if you want to create something like this or do this replica, it's here. It's in the cyber world, cyberspace. You can set up how you want to or do it different. I would recommend not going too in depth on the roads. That's one of my last things that I did, until you're sure on how you want it set up. Because I can tell you, I went through the dirt roads, had to change them, had to move them here and there because of my location. And when you're clearing away the roads or the wreckage, the rocks, the terrain to set up how you want it set up, $40,000 for 1 rock in the beginning is a lot of money. So have to be really cognizant of how we want to have it set up. But if this was a business farm, this is something that I would want to have set up. This is how I would want it set up, right? I mean, they're all doing their own thing. I have them divided. I have the water divided so that they're not interfering with the ranchers. The tractors are pretty much out by themselves, separated, so that they're not running back and forth. The lumberjacks are pretty much over here. They're helping all these windmill people with the wood, making sure all the wood's going in, making sure the ranchers get the wood. They're kind of separated over on this side. Before they were all over the place, and the tractors could go anywhere. So right now, I like how it's set up. And these people just go here to the windmill. They go back and forth. Then they go to the store. They drop off their products at the store for deliveries, for baking, for goods, and that's pretty much it. It's a difficult thing to set up in the beginning because we want a lot of ATVs, tractors, to get things moving faster and faster and faster. But once we get 1, once you get 2, once you get 3, it kind of gets easier and easier. Less time, less maintenance. So I got these are the feed mills, and the ATVs, they're over dropping all these off, and then you got the rancher girl. She comes over, does her little part, and she helps out where she can, but she's super slow compared to these ATVs. They can run circles around her, but she's the ranch hand, so she's in charge. Yeah, any questions? You can learn from some other people, just YouTube, like I said, and find out. We're at 40 minutes, so that's pretty much all I want to talk about today. And wanted to get this out. I really wanted to record this because this was we learn a lot. You can learn a lot from just doing this on efficiency, how a town works, how it could work, how it can work, how a real world, you know, economy kind of functions, and how to make it better, right? And the process that it goes into. And if you ever grew up on a farm or had to tend farm or do anything like that, grow your own fruits and vegetables, raise your own cows, chickens, goats, sheep. This is definitely a learning lesson. Like, how do you make gasoline? How do you make fuel? And how do you make it all work? So we'll get a different view before we close off. But this is pretty much it. If you close in on the stores, they don't have to go anywhere. They just go straight back and forth. They go here to the stores. She pretty much opens the door. Look, boom, boom. They're opening the door. They're right there. They're like going back and forth. That's how fast they are. See, they go a little bit when they have to go. See them go. Goes over here to the other store. This one's going from here, getting their sugar. They don't have to go too far. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And that's the learning lessons, right? She's going to get some batteries. Oh, nope. She's going to get some milk. So, with that being said, like if you like. I'm going to post this on YouTube. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to subscribe. I'm going to post some things. I'm into a lot of different works, a lot of different things, not just this. The whole process of this is how the new pay to play is starting out, right? How it's working. Gala Games is my first venture into, how cryptocurrency is going to change a lot of the world. And it's pay to play, so every time you buy an NFT in Gala Games, or you purchase or you spend a certain amount of money, they will plant a tree, a physical, actual tree. So that was a good incentive for me to participate in this venture. There's some other ones starting up, Sandbox. This is not just about playing a game for me. This is about learning the whole thing, about the virtual reality and the real world, mixing in with augmented reality, cryptocurrencies, changing the landscapes of how we spend money, the process it takes to get into everything, like how fast it is. 3 seconds for a transaction, and we're looking at real time instead of it takes days to weeks for a transaction. Kind of like this, it's real time. So if I want to make a sale, I make a sale, and it takes 30 seconds. So what can we sell? I have plenty of butter. I still don't have a lot of things I want to sell. I can sell some eggs. Why not? Sell some eggs. Sell some eggs, and then we'll close it up. That's enough for one day. 26 seconds. Real-time cryptocurrency, about 3 seconds. I think one of the fastest ones. Fastest transactions, about 3 seconds. And that's from anywhere in the world, pretty much, the universe, right? 3 seconds anywhere, transaction. However, to end this, it took a lot of times. If you're going to buy an NFT, I'll end on this. If you're going to buy an NFT for this and get into this, I have two. Oh, where's my NFT? Oh, I have to put her back. Oh, shoots. Oh, I have to put her back. That's what I took out. My NFT. Where should I put her? I didn't even see that. I didn't even notice. So where do I put her? Got plenty of woods. 16 wood. Can I put her there? No. Put her there. No, because that'll be taken out. Yeah, I really don't have much space. I could get rid of this one and then really go slow, which is fine. I don't need. All right, so we're gonna get rid of that. Boom. I completely forgot about my NFT. One thing you don't want to do, so I get 11 NFT for this, right? The Express Depot, I forget, you get one. This is kind of an incentive for, I think, signing up for a bigger thing. So I get one token for that, one cryptocurrency, and I place this down, I get 11, so I should get 12 for the day. Like I said, I don't think their algorithms, their math is all accurate 100%. I think there's a lot of glitches with their math or adding stuff. So I've been getting 11, I should get 12 a day. So I put that down there. Ooh, I almost forgot. And then when I go to collect, see where it says 11 town coin, I should be getting 12 because I have that and I have this NFT. So when I do a transaction, what I was going to say, when I do a transaction, when I first bought NFTs and transferred from MetaMask, I used MetaMask, transferred my Ethereum and transferred my Gala, put in the Gala into the MetaMask and transferred it. And then I bought the NFT. The amount of time it took was kind of ridiculous. It took almost a day. And if we're looking for real-time Lightning for this, you know, the gas fees are expensive too for Ethereum, and hopefully I could figure it out in the short time, not in the long term. But the NFT took, I gave up on it. It took at least 4 hours, and I was waiting. I sent in a couple of messages, help desk, and I was like, what is the holdup in this? You would think in this day and age things go quicker. I understand the process takes a little bit longer, and if you do it on weekends it might be faster. The gas fees will go down if you do it on certain times rather than others, so the gas fees will change. But it was there the next day, and then I just had to figure out how to use it. So these NFTs are yours. You can sell them, you can take them out, I can return it. See, watch this, return it, no worries. When I first did it, I thought I'd lose it forever. I could only use it once because it says ×1. That's all you have is 1. That's all I have. So I put it back wherever I want. So the good thing about this NFT is I can use it, and I've used it for the cows because they take 3 water. So I'll put it right behind them if I don't have the lake. To help grow things, to help expedite the water, I'll put it by the water. I'll build a road and then put that there because it'll take 10 waters, and that'll either make it or get it pretty close to being ready to construct. And that's what I learned after a while. I can move it, and use it to expedite the building process for my worker bee. Other than that, like if you like, comment if you want to comment, if you have ideas, different ways to do things, and pass it, share the wealth, because this is, I learned from other people. I didn't learn this by myself. I learned from other people, sharing the wealth, sharing the information, so that it's not a headache. Because if I wouldn't have had that information, I would have gave up, because you run out of fuel. The first time I ran out of fuel, I gave up. I had no idea what I was doing. No idea. Next thing you know, you're running out of fuel. Like, how do you make fuel? Well, you got to set a whole freaking industrial system set up just to get the fuel. So with that being said, have a great day. Aloha.